Hey everybody, YouTube world, internet world, other people with cancer. um, Today, I'm sorry it's been so long since I've made another video. It's been about 2 weeks. Life has been absolutely crazy. I started work exactly 2 weeks ago. Well, almost exactly 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, sorry. So I've been working now at my new job for 3 weeks while going through chemo. My first week was just fine. I was able to get through just fine, and then of course, after my first week, that Friday, I had my second chemo session. Um, this one, I would not say was more difficult than the last one. Which obviously, what I did is I reset my diet. So we did the juicing thing first round. With this diet, I did a total restart, so I went back to eating basically how I normally would. Which is not super unhealthy, but of course not super healthy either. So it was just a normal diet, and I felt better. I think that the shock to my system with the juicing, combined with chemo, because juicing is just a super shock to your body. Not saying it's bad for your body, but it was just something, combining the two was just, my body was not ready for it. I was tired because of the juicing, and then compound that with being tired from chemo. That was awful. This round, we were eating just fine, eating basically whatever I want. Felt okay. Except for this round, I had chest pains even when I wasn't working out. That was a huge difference. I was still working out, taking it easy, doing mostly running, lifting. I was doing more than the cardio, which is so much easier when it comes to at least getting through the exercise, because that chest pain when you're doing cardio it makes it hard to breathe. It's just so horrible. And so I stuck with lifting, eating a super high protein diet, and my muscles were recovering much better than they did last time. The working aspect has been difficult. I am blessed to be working for a company where, my boss is being completely understanding. My coworkers are looking out for me. They, they barely knew me, and they were still they were concerned and really trying to help me. I've had to miss a lot of work, which, given most of you people who watch this video who are going through the same thing, might not have a job where they are willing to deal with you missing a lot of work. Last week, I missed 3 days and then came in at noon one day. So, and they were completely understanding. Every day I had to call in. Today is chemo round 3. I'll be heading in about 2 p.m. It's noon-ish right now. I don't know. Little overdraft, kind of not a gloomy day, but I don't know, it's Utah. Every morning, when it comes to working and going through chemo, the biggest challenge was every single morning. You get up, you never feel quite awake, you're still tired, and you still have to get yourself up and ready and get to work. Not to mention, randomly, while at work, I would just get this massive, tired, literally during one of my training sessions with the VP, the Vice President of Sales and Marketing, who was going through a bunch of stuff with me, started snoring and fell asleep right there in the office. And she just kind of taps me and is like, "Would you like to go get some coffee?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go get some coffee." It was very embarrassing. I think she was kind of understanding. I tried to come back and explain. Chemo makes me tired. I promise you're not like really boring or anything. It's just the chemo. And that's, I've fallen asleep at my desk probably about 3 times now. Never for a long time. Only for like 5 to 15 minutes at a time. I'll just put my head back, thinking I'm just gonna rest my eyes for just a second, and then boom, I'm out. And the biggest thing is I just have to get up, stop sitting down, and move around for a bit to just get my body going. Um, One thing I've noticed, and if you're just finding out you have cancer, um, you will be surprised to find out how many people you know who either have cancer or have gone through it. Every time I go out or I'm hanging out with friends, I find out new about someone new who is dealing with um, some form of cancer. I have a wonderful friend who's dealing with a skin cancer on her face, and she's having to go through not chemo, but she's having to go through some pretty painful therapy for it. Um, One of my friends, another female, hers was in remission, and it looks like it's come back, and so she's gonna have to start dealing with that again. Um, and and both of these girls, they've had it. It went into remission, and it's both come back, and they're both, one of them's in her 20s, the other one's in her late 20s, or one's in her mid 20s, the other one's in her late 20s, and it's been a huge wake-up call for myself, because I know for a fact that for the rest of my life I have to go to the doctors once a year to get tested for cancer forever. Um, and it was a super, and I always thought, oh, once this is gone, I'll go back to that mentality that I won't have to deal with cancer again until I'm really old, which it's becoming very apparent that that's not the case. The stuff comes back, seems like almost too easily, which is making me kind of nervous. Giving thoughts to that. I got lymphoma this time, but where could it spread? And when will I get the kind that they can't cure? And I have to be making tough decisions at that point. So anyone out there who's dealing with a cancer that's not curable, I've had to think about it, what that would be like, and I'm so sorry. That's just, I can't even imagine. So, but the tiredness from my last chemo lasted much longer than it did last time. So I was feeling really tired and really drained and having chest pains for over a week. It was probably like 8 or 9 days. I feel like I've only been feeling awake and alive for the past about 4 days, if I were to be completely honest. Um, when I go in today, they'll take my blood again and figure out where my white cell count is. As I said last time, it was at 0.7, and a healthy person is going to be at like 4.0 to 6.0 or something like that. So I've been trying to avoid sick people, which hasn't been super easy, because some of my close friends would get sick, and I'm like, I'm feeling good this week, but I still could easily be in serious trouble if I got any kind of sickness. So, and today I got a little bit of stuffy nose and a tickly throat, so I hope I'm not getting a cold. If I am, well, I'm going to the hospital anyway. So, I'll make another video probably this afternoon after chemo. I don't know if I'll post it right away. This one I'm going to get up so you guys know where I'm at today, right now. And then I'm going to go work out. We're going to work chest, triceps, and shoulders, I'm thinking. I don't get to work out as much, so I'm thinking of just loading up on protein and creatine and some supplements and trying to pop out as many muscle groups as I can today, knowing the fact that I might not be able to work them again for maybe a week, depending on how it affects me. And so, I might just do a lot of my whole upper body and back. So, tris, bis, chest, traps, lats, shoulders. When I'm weightlifting, I don't really work out my legs because I do so much cardio stuff. I don't feel like it's necessary. Um, and one last thing I want to cover in this video, mostly I want people to take away from this that, what it's like to work and go through chemo, which I don't recommend it, but I'm just the kind of person who I just couldn't do it. I have people to help take care of me, but I need to be moving forward in my life, and I think a lot of people who get cancer who are going to be most attracted to these videos are the kind of people who, have cancer, but they don't want to just lay down for it. They want to do stuff about getting over it quicker, and not only that, but taking care of themselves and not just letting it ravage their bodies. I did learn some cool things, though. I mean, I shouldn't be taking high amounts of vitamin C. I was taking emergency tablets to help keep me from being able to get sick. Doctors don't do that. That has adverse effects on the chemo, and its effects in helping, destroy my body. It's amazing how you can't do things, don't take supplements, and don't overload on vitamins and that help strengthen your body. Because those will make the job for the chemo more difficult. Because remember, we're trying to destroy these cells in your body that are part of your body. And so you gotta keep your body in a weakened state for the chemo drugs to be most effective. So going through this, I'm focusing mostly on loading up on protein. So that way the chemo can destroy my body, but it can recover and it can rebuild it as well. Especially, your muscles that it tears them down, and chemo makes it hard for them to recover. Anyway, Leanna, love you. Good luck today. I really hope you don't get hospitalized. My friend in Arizona, she's doing videos as well, and I've talked about her before in past videos, and she has it so bad. And I really hope that it isn't as bad last time. I was, reading your posts on Facebook and your videos. Sounds rough, and I don't know if what you're going through now, because with your fourth one being your worst one, and then having your fifth one today, if those are what I have to look forward to, because I've only done 2, or not. But it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Oh, and quick update about certain things that everyone expects when going through chemo. Losing your hair. I am not losing my hair, but it has stopped growing. Super bizarre. I cut my hair down to just barely beneath this length 3 weeks ago, and it hasn't moved. I've shaved my beard 3 times since, and so my beard's growing and fine. But for some reason, the hair on top of my head is not growing. Although I'm not seeing hairs coming out, it is super, super thin. And I don't know if you'll be able to tell in this video, but you can see so much of my scalp. And I don't know if I'm not seeing the hairs come out because they're coming out in the shower or something, or they're just small and so I'm not noticing them. But no, my hair is really thin and is not growing anymore. It's just stagnant, which, I don't have to get haircut as much. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, don't want to make this video too long. I will expect another video coming out here in a couple days, if not this afternoon. And I'll let you know how chemo round 3 went. Alright, see ya.